Don't go away. There's a whole lot of Brady going on as VH1's Brady Fest continues right after the break.
What's a fun?
Yes, it's Brady Palooza on VH1. You know, some people think we still look like that, but we grew up too, didn't we?
Yeah, I used to hate being the youngest, but now I actually like it.
Well, as promised, I have more Brady castmates here with me. This is Susan Olsen, who played Cindy.
I am a lady. If you say I'm not, I'll bop you.
And Chris Knight, who played Peter and also had the top bunk.
Girls, that's what's making it rough. It's easy to figure out what boys want.
You know, I think one of the most fun things that we did the entire time of our filming was when we went out and toured as the Brady Six and got dressed up and went out and did concerts and the fairs and things.
I love that.
Really...
I absolutely love that.
You guys are not kidding me, are you?
I guess we all didn't feel the same way about it.
No. Did you notice the orange I wore? What color were you in? You were in raspberry, I think.
Orange.
All I remember.
Oh, no.
What I remember,
beads, the plastic beads.
You know, I actually have those.
What I do remember was that it was all polyester, and that's what was important.
Oh, but do you remember your beads melted?
Yeah, well, that's because what we do, send them to the dry cleaners.
Yes, he sent his costume to the dry cleaners because he wanted to look extra special.
It was pre-Johnny Bravo.
And the dry cleaners, he had these meltable plastic beads hanging from the costume, and the dry cleaners melted them.
Do you remember being at the Ohio State Fair?
With the train going behind us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh, I seem to have blocked that out.
I think you blocked most of it out, Chris.
Yes, I
Chris didn't
Why
enjoy
was that? Were you
singing.
uncomfortable doing that? Is that the deal?
Yeah, I was very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
Well, that's because they kept asking
nakedly
us to do
uncomfortable
things.
I don't blame you, because I wasn't real comfortable with singing, but thank God I didn't have to sing solo. But you being little Mr. Heartthrob, you had to sing your own little solo.
No, they were expecting me to. But
That would be the absolute
stage
height.
fright, I think, is what it was.
Well, also
stage fright with
singing
no talent.
Wasn't
or
that
backed up with
comfortable.
no
The dancing
talent.
wasn't all that comfortable.
But you loved it.
I had a great time
what
with
you
it. Johnny
were meant to
Bravo
do.
was what that was all about for me.
You're not you anymore.
I don't follow.
You are a superstar. You are the new Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
Let me hear some of that good time music that I love to hear.
I got plenty of blues
And sort of bad news,
and I need to find me some cheer.
Unfortunately, that was kind of our undoing, too, because I know when we were getting ready to go into our 6th season and we were all making these big, huge demands on the network and on Sherwood Schwartz, we were insisting we have so many songs per 13 episodes. We had to do 7 musical songs, and I think finally they just went, okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be the Brady Partridge Family Variety evening, I guess, on Friday night.
You guys ready for a little music?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
You know, you don't have to have your own TV show to get in a hit band. You could also, marry a Beatle. Up now, it's Wings and Silly Love Songs.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Question the Kids show. Now, here's your first question. Name the capital of Louisiana.
Come on, Cindy. I know you know this one. Cindy, raise your hand. Cindy, you know it. Baton Rouge, Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge, Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Baton
Rouge. I think you got television-itis or
Okay,
stage
it's
fright.
Brady Rama on VH1, your insider's look on what went on behind the scenes of the Brady Bunch. And that was a tribute to episode 82. You can't win them all.
Now, you know, my dad was on that one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Spell the word thoroughfare.
I thought he looked a little familiar.
You're starting to look a lot like him, as a matter of fact. We did have some fun locations, though, with the Brady Bunch. We went to the Grand Canyon. My favorite was Hawaii. What about you?
Hawaii.
Of course.
Hawaii.
Yeah,
Cincinnati
definitely.
possibly as a close second.
I don't think so. Good things were going on in Hawaii all the time. There was surfing. There was marine.
There was a little
yeah.
Hey, you weren't the only one, though.
No?
That was bitten by a little bit of a romantic bug. Now, Chris, as we know, was kind of a late bloomer.
I was very late in my blooming.
New information.
Okay, 'cause
What's your little romantic
Well,
interlude?
it's not that
Remind
romantic,
me.
but Eve always liked you a
Right,
lot. And I remember one evening we all went for a stroll on the beach, and Eve and Chris, lo and behold, were walking in front of us arm in arm. And I was like, yes, oh, thank God. Oh, Eve's got to be so happy.
That is so sick.
What happened after that?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing,
So,
right,
you know, she started chasing after Florence's son, so.
Did she
You missed
really?
your
She
chance.
cheated.
You lost out to Joey, okay.
She cheated. I thought I was the only one.
Did you like having that spider on your arm?
Actually, it was very cool. I was scared to death. Remember how they steered the thing?
No.
There was actually a spider wrangler on the set.
Yeah,
right? And he steered the spider with a straw.
Get it off me.
He'd be crawling around the bed, and the spider
blowing it with a straw?
blowing from a straw from over my shoulder, from this side or wherever,
Do you remember
on the
his
spider,
name?
and he would move in the opposite direction of the air. And all the girls really dug that, and I could tell that you thought I was a really brave guy.
Sort of
so
like
I couldn't show
but I
any of
was
that fear. It
Sort
was
of like a James Bond thing.
Yes, it was very cool.
You know, I almost bought the farm in Hawaii. That surfing accident?
Yeah,
Was like the
yeah.
real thing.
Wow, Greg's really doing great. Naturally. He has my good luck charm.
If you look closely at that footage, what's happening is your face is going right into a whole
I
bed
didn't
of coral.
have a lot of time. I had a lot of experience though. So as soon as I hit the water, I was able to like twist around, and I hit the coral with my feet, which was like it was good news for my head.
Yeah.
Yes.
But bad news for my feet.
Right.
Then they almost didn't run that clip. You know why?
Because it was too dangerous.
It looked too dangerous for a Brady
it wasn't
episode.
very Brady.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Not Brady
please.
enough.
Jeez.
But I guess on a personal side, the QE2 would be the best trip.
Robert Reed took us all.
Gave us cameras.
That's when I bloomed. I remember that. I
Yes.
was blooming on the
then
QE2.
Eve got through.
That's right.
scary thought.
We shared some moments.
And what happened when you bloomed?
I really shouldn't share it. It
Oh,
was
come
a
on,
quiet
Eve's not
blooming.
here.
No.
She can't dispute your story.
No, Eve is a terrific.
I guess at one
Yes,
point
she
or
is.
another, we all dated each other. We were the people we knew.
The only people we knew.
Exactly. I mean, we had no life outside the set. So you would, of course, it was all straight across. In
Yeah,
terms of the
yeah,
box.
it
It
wasn't
could never be
On and
confusing or
Besides,
Yeah.
we weren't really
diagonal.
Oh.
And Michael and I started first, even though, I mean, we couldn't date. We were only 7. but we did get married. We had a little mock ceremony, and that was in the first season.
Who presided over this?
Maureen, and then Eve was the witness, and Maureen made a lot of silly errors, like we're engaging in holy macaroni instead of matrimony, and
She really didn't want her, to stick.
Holy macaroni.
Holy.
Sounds like a Brady script.
it
probably
does.
was.
It does, and Maureen.
Wonder how we got
Which
those
was yours
roles.
or Michael's?
We both
You were in love.
arrived at the idea at the same time, and but
Made
it
sense.
was a short-lived marriage. We did get divorced, I think, about 3 weeks later. And so what we did was we performed the wedding ceremony backwards, and like instead of kissing each other, which would be mwah, we went, pff, and
Sounds very romantic. I guess probably Bob was starting to check out Jan, who was developing even more rapidly.
yes, he was. He was.
Okay.
Well, no, it seemed that they were just playing out or acting out what they were witnessing between you and Florence, were they not?
I'm quite sure not. I was much more discreet. Besides that,
I don't
Yeah,
think
we-
so.
I was sort of into the
I
Martha
don't
thing
think
anyway.
so.
No,
In fact-
Florence was your first love.
In fact, years after I first posed that question to Maureen McCormick, the Bee Gees asked all of America, how deep is your love?
Interesting.
Middle brother,
Goofy, groovy, please.
Christopher Knight. Do you remember the excitement around the set when Joe Namath came on?
Okay, Bobby, here comes the bomb. Hey!
Oh, yeah.
That episode.
I was excited. He must have thrown 1,000 passes
That
to
was
us.
so cool.
He's a
'cause
great sport.
I
Thanks.
think it was Florence Henderson who was throwing the passes.
Oh, you could be
That
right.
very
That's
well-
from-
that
think
very
she
well
had
could be.
anything to do with his bad knees.
In fact, if
No
you
comment.
if you look at when you watch that episode, you see that little gleam in her eyes.
It was so nice of you to come over here just to see Bobby.
Well, it's the least we could do, Mrs. Brady.
I think she wanted to make her own first down with Joe.
But he was a doll, and
And
he was
usually-
certainly beautiful.
When people
Wait a
think of our
second. You know
show,
something?
they
I
don't.
just remembered something. I'll be right back.
All right. You know, people when they think of our show don't usually think about guest stars, and we had a lot of them, didn't we? We had
Yeah,
Abby
we
Dalton,
did.
all the stars of the day, really. Abby Dalton was there, Imogene Coca, we had Desi Arnaz Jr. on one. Did you have a favorite?
Well, Desi Arnaz Jr. was quite a thrill, but
very
I have
cool.
to say that my favorite at the time was Davy Jones.
Why did you like Davy?
Just because he was a monkey, and he seemed very sweet. Not affected, Did you like him?
No, he kind of made me uncomfortable.
Why would that be?
The big kissing scene kind of bugged me, okay.
Well, how about the flip side?
Oh, Barry.
All right, let's
it's
just change the
okay,
subject.
It's okay.
We're going to go to a break. So stick around. The Brady Files rage on. And when we come back, our TV dad, Bob Reed, dresses up. So don't touch that dial.
What dial?
Do TVs still have dials?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
Making the Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch.
Well, there are 6 young kids living the very groovy 70s dream. Do you get recognized a lot now, like airports and the market,
Yes.
red lights?
Yes and no. It'll be freaky. Sometimes people will recognize me without even asking. They just like I had somebody give me my change at a fast food thing, and,
Right.
and they said, "Here's your change, Cindy Brady." And then other people will know me,
Makes you feel
like
good,
be
doesn't it?
neighbors or whatever, and not ever put it together.
You know what I think would help a lot? If you did, if you were to do
I
that,
know, I know.
that for sure would happen.
Yeah, well.
And when they do, then do you sometimes like get asked like trivia questions about the show that I don't know. I never could remember.
Sometimes I do.
What about,
I'll get asked, what was the name of your cat?
Name of the cat.
Fluffy.
What happened to Fluffy?
But I know all the answers.
What happened to Fluffy? Where did Alice really eat?
That is something that never occurred to me. Hey, what was the phone number?
I don't. What was
I
a
know.
phone number? I can barely remember if it was Clinton Avenue or Clinton Way. In fact, I think it was both.
Yes, it
you know
was
you know
both.
the number?
Yeah. It's
Come on.
762-0799.
You're cheating. You have to be cheating.
No, pay no attention to this little piece of paper right here.
If you call that number, though, and anybody answers Brady residence, you're definitely in the Twilight Zone.
Actually, if you even dial that number at all, you're already in the Twilight Zone.
But that show was just the beginning for us. A lot of people don't know that after that sitcom got started, we did cartoon show, albums.
Yes, we road tour for the albums.
And then the first time we all reunited again for our next series was a 1-hour variety show that brought us all back to Hollywood for our
Disco Bradys.
Feel funky. Feel good.
Well, you haven't lived, I don't think, until you've seen the Bradys
Or
shake
that.
their collective booties or
Or do the hustle.
get a defector on the variety show.
And unfortunately, it wasn't me. It was Eve that set one,
Eve
that one
Plum.
out. Yeah.
Respect, grown.
Yeah. Well, all of us Brady girls, at one point or another,
That's right.
we kind of turned our houses or our backs on the house of Brady.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. And when we did the Bradys in the 90s, and we had all those problems,
Yes.
Maureen McCormick did
She
not
wasn't in that.
want to be a Brady anymore. And it seems to me you were absent for our Yuletide special,
Yes, I was.
a very Brady Christmas. And it wasn't a total Brady experience without you.
Well, sorry, I was in Jamaica.
In Jamaica, doing what?
Having my first honeymoon.
Your first
Reggae's
honeymoon. Oh,
fun.
well, that's a good place to go for the first one. Get that out of the way. That led to a lot of rumors about you. I used to hear, well, what happened to Susan Olsen?
Oh, I've always
hear?
heard it. Oh, I mean, people will even come up to me and ask me if I'm dead, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because if
No,
they're asking
probably
me and I'm
not.
speaking to them, I'm probably not
Okay,
dead.
so you want to clear that rumor up now?
I'm not dead. I
Not
didn't
dead,
OD.
okay. Didn't OD.
And I'm not a
No
porn
suicide?
film star either.
I'm disappointed about that because that's the one the X films. I heard about that a
Okay,
lot.
there's a girl in a film called Crocodile Blondie, who apparently looks like me, or her name is Susan Olsen. It's not me. I only have one porn credit to my name, and that is that I was responsible for the background spaceship noises in Love Probe from a Warm Planet.
Fine.
You didn't know that.
Fine, and
You
I'm,
didn't know
I'm,
that.
I'm
I
awfully
played
glad
the
that I showed up
synthesizer on
today.
that.
Well, that's fine. I missed that one at my local theater, I'm afraid.
Oh, darn. Well, it went straight to video.
Did you enjoy, did you like doing the variety show? Even though it
Oh,
was kind of silly,
gosh.
it was fun?
No, well, I'd have to say that I loved working, and I loved being back with the family. And just working. I mean, it was fun.
Milton Berle taught us comedy, you recall?
Yeah.
When he was on.
Yeah.
Did you not think that was
sorry,
fun?
No, I didn't.
You, come over here. Where's the cigar I gave you?
It made me sick.
Made you sick? Here, try this. Kids.
I thought that was such with a big powder puff. Makeup.
What do you and your girlfriend do after you've had a fight?
We make up.
You do what?
Make up.
It was great because it was over the top, but so much of what we were doing then was so over the top that
It was a lark, and besides, who else would get Robert Reed to dress up?
Wow, Clint, for Mrs. Bunch. No, I said Mrs. Bunch. Mrs. Bunch, I want to
girl.
Yeah, what is it? What is it?
I don't like my get-up, and I don't like the makeup.
You don't like your what?
Makeup.
Did you know that the dress that Robert Reed actually was wearing was, you do? Tony Tennille's.
Tony Tennille's, yes. But they did put in a little prosthetic bust line for Bob, but it was actually sandbags.
Oh, that's right.
And he was playing with...
Good evening. Welcome to the Brady Bunch. I'm Mr. Brady, the father.
They didn't have to alter it at all. And Bob was 6'3", and Tony Tennille
must be very tall.
Get him. Now, I think he filled it up pretty well, but then again, I'm
He looked
partial.
nice. It was the hat, too.
Well, let's take a look at the real Tony Tennille, all right?
Okay.
Then you can be the judge. Coming up, it's Tony Tennille and the captain, and this is Do That To Me one more time. Bunch, I'm your host, Barry Williams, and I am sitting here with the very lovely and all grown-up Susan Olson, and we are still looking for Chris.
He went to his car, but he must have been parked in the next state or something.
He's always off doing something.
Yeah.
Do you know what else? Brady mistakes.
Oh.
All through the show. One of the hardest things was just to keep our names straight. Jan, Eve, Susan, Cindy, Bob,
Every
Mike,
now
Mike,
and then
Bob.
we would
Marsha, Maureen.
call Eve,
Right.
Eve instead of Jan or you.
House of Cards.
Greg. House of Cards. Well, 2 of the cards did not fall in that House of Cards, so they were remaining straight up.
There's Tiger!
At the end of the scene, Bob goes over and pushes them down. They come right back up.
Well, they were Brady cards.
That wasn't the only... Well, another very Brady thing is that somehow or another, Jan manages to have her hair in a ponytail during the close-ups, and her hair is down and long during the long shots. So it's going up and down and up and down.
Brady magic. How about a favorite episode?
Oh,
Do you have one
mine,
that you really liked?
Yeah, it's the one where you and Chris, or Peter, wherever he is, where you guys go on the double date. I think that you guys worked really well
It was
together.
really fun. That was fun.
What's that wild scent you're wearing?
Exotica.
Hey, Bill, how about some of that popcorn, old buddy? Upstairs. We're gonna go get some cold drinks or something. We'll be right back.
I guess
Do you have a
mine would
favorite?
be Our Son, the Man.
Hey! Look, it's Brett! Oh, hey! You're wearing sunglasses.
Not sunglasses, shades.
Oh, God.
And that's where I turned, where, you know, I needed to be
Your
grown up. I started
vest.
calling Dad Mike and Mom Carol. And, yeah, I got the groovy threads, and I turned Mike's den into my own little bachelor pad there.
You know what's really weird about that is that you had to turn Mike's den, which is strange because it's his office. And
Right.
he gives you his office to turn into your bachelor pad because we don't have an attic.
But then, how is it that Greg and Marcia had to fight over their own room in the attic a season later?
There must have been a magical Brady addition.
I think it's all part of being the Brady Six.
Yeah.
Well, guess we're getting ready to wrap up this special Insider's look at Brady life. And we're still searching for Chris wherever he disappeared to.
I think he's probably getting ready to sing us all a song.
Oh, right, that'll be...
All right,
Go ahead,
look
Chris.
what I found
Oh, my.
in my car.
Oh, this is your song, too.
Well,
when it's time to change, then it's time to
change. All right, so it's time to change. This, can you see this?
What is
What
that?
kind of
This
car
is
are you
an-
driving?
It's a CD.
It's a Woody. I mean, what do you think it
It's
is?
an
It just shows my
eight-track.
musical sophistication.
Unbelievable.
I loved listening to you guys.
Unbelievable. I love
Obviously,
the fact
I'm not on there.
I love the fact that you have something to play this thing on.
Yes, I keep
Yeah.
it well oiled.
You know, the thing I think I get asked more than anything else is, did we really get along and do we get along? And I'm so glad that we do, and I'm glad we could all be together for our special today.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Well, we hope we gave you lots to think about the next time you tune into the Brady Bunch. So when you see Mike Brady lecturing the kids or installing a payphone, just do what Marcia did to calm her nerves for her driver's test, and picture everyone in their underwear.
I know I do.
And the next time you see Greg giving Marcia a hard time,
It's not prejudice. It's just that men are naturally superior drivers.
know he was only flirting with her.
Bet, Mr. Male Chauvinist.
Anytime.
And the next time you see one of us in the street and you want to know something really remote, like our license plate number on the convertible, consider getting out of the house more. Until next time, I'm Barry Williams, reminding you that when all else fails, just try telling them something suddenly came up.
In the 90s, the Brady Bunch returned with a pair of hit movies. Donny Osmond's back with a new talk show tonight on VH1 at 8/7 Central. As for the Partridge Family, well, catch a classic episode of their 70s series tonight at 8:30, 7:30 Central. Carson can't keep up with him. Cavett can't have it. Next to him, Donahue is Donahue. He's Osmond, and his booty is shaking atop the talk show throne next. Far out.